It is Thursday, July 2nd at about 5:30 p.m., which means I am officially on vacation for 5 days, and I'm gonna do the following things. Number 1, nap. Number 2, snack way too much. And number 3, finish the manuscript for Project Wings, even if it literally kills me. And I think it actually might. More things to do than just finish the manuscript for Project Wings and take a freaking nap for once. And so we're gonna sit here and we're gonna spend a little bit of time tonight putting together the list of to-dos. Okay, so I already have the house like super duper scrubbed and cleaned, and besides my normal nighttime and just daily cleanup, I don't have anything major to do. And that's on purpose during this vacation, because I knew if I left the house even a little bit of a mess and needed to do some sort of decluttering, I would procrastinate writing by doing that. So I actually spent last week doing a huge declutter. So the house is good to go. I just have to do my normal daily cleaning, and I don't have a big cleaning to do. What I have to do is finish the manuscript for Project Wings. See? There. I also need to film another YouTube video. I've been trying to work on this, and I did film it the other day, but I was so sniffly from allergies, it turned out terrible. So I'm gonna redo it. I want to go ahead and film that. It's probably gonna be a 20-minute long video, which means I need about an hour to film it. I am just filming it. I am not editing it and uploading it. Boom, it's there. And I do already have the script done, but I'm gonna actually add a subtask to that to go ahead and re-review that script and update it. Bam, it's there. Also, Project Wings, I am not going to edit it on this vacation. I just need to get the manuscript done so it can sit and marinate, and then I can go through and edit it. Next up is I am working on book 3 of the Psalms of Fire and Fury, which is my main fantasy series that the Project Wings is a spin-off of, that takes place 700 years beforehand, has a huge impact on the timeline. I do want to make progress on that. I think my goal with that is to get 50% done with outlining scenes for Act 1. I have Act 1 decently plotted, and it's at the point where I want to just write it out, because book 3 is gonna be big. There's so much coming together. So I think what's gonna work best is I'm going to work on just Act 1 for this one main plot point and get that about 50% done. Boom. There. I think that might actually be all I'm gonna like plot and plan for this vacation. Oh, because Tuesday's my last day of vacation, and Tuesday afternoon I have my quarterly facial and hair appointment. And when you see the part of the vlog that is on Tuesday, I'm gonna look a lot different. I am not telling you what I'm doing, but all the girls know, all my girlfriends know. I'm very excited. So Tuesday afternoon after the facial, my plan is I'm gonna be so relaxed and chill. I'm gonna use Tuesday night as like a self-care, get back into the weeknight. So we'll say 4 days of writing, and then 1 day of girl time, self-care, getting the house reset, and planning my week out. So I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy first official day of vacation. Still too hot. Just kidding. Haha. It is, I think, like 9:30 in the morning. I woke up at 8:30, so I got a whole extra 30 minutes of sleep. Thank you, Hermione, my cat, for letting me sleep in for an extra 30 minutes, which actually wasn't really sleeping in because she still always starts meowing at about 7 a.m. to be fed, of which I fall in and out of sleep until my alarm goes off at 8. Today is full on writing, nothing else but writing until my brain turns off. I'm also gonna do a face mask. I ate cheese the other day. This is from eating cheese, and also this one is like from being out having allergies. But I ate cheese, so that's what this is from. So I am gonna do a face mask later tonight. I should add that to my list. But I want to talk to y'all about a new morning routine I have on the weekends, because I can't do it on the during the week for work, and I'll explain why. So I was introduced to this book called The Artist's Way. I have not gotten it yet. I'm on the list to get it from the library, and then I'm gonna see how much I like it, because it's like a 8 or 12 week program, quote unquote, that you read through, and every week you do this little routine, this little change. Like one challenge is 1 week no reading.
Huh?
I might skip that week. I might, I'll be honest. But the big main thing they do is called the morning pages. And this is what I was introduced to that made me go, this book could be interesting. So with the morning pages, what you're supposed to do, I'm gonna tell you what you're supposed to do and what I do. Also, my hair dried funny, so we're just ignoring it because it's all gonna get chopped off in a minute. So you grab a journal. This is just an extra journal I had. You don't need to go buy a new one. Trust me, I was like that for years. My life is gonna get super organized if I just go buy a new journal. It does not work that way, but you do get a lot of cute journals. So every morning you are supposed to sit down with no phone, no media, no interruptions, and fill out 3 pages of a stream of consciousness. Whatever comes to mind, which as an ADA girl, is a lot. And for however long it takes, you write down 3 pages worth of stuff. It could be like your to-do list, ideas, random thoughts you have, just whatever to like get your mind settled and get it going and to really kind of open up your mind. And you're supposed to do that every day. I wake up at 8 a.m. because I am not a morning person anymore. I have tried and tried and tried, and I work at 8:30, and that 30 minutes is enough to get me like started for the day, like my coffee going, a little snack, take care of the kids, and then I start off for the first few hours of every day with meetings for my job. So I just logically cannot fit that into my routine during work hours. So I do this on the weekends, and I just started incorporating it, and I really like it because I like doing slow mornings on the weekends anyway, because I don't get slow mornings during the week. So I try to do the whole write for 3 whole pages, stream of consciousness. But what I started realizing very quickly, it just became 3 pages of a to-do list. And I didn't fully like that, for many reasons that I can get into later. I was like, I'm gonna do the morning pages for 20 minutes on the weekends, and then if I'm still feeling inspired and have stuff to talk about and whatnot, I will just keep going after that. And so far, like the first day I did it, I got like 2 1/4 pages, and one of those pages, a quarter, like half of one page, was a list of stuff I wanted to pick up at the resale used art supply store, and then another one was like a page and a half and like stuff like that, where that one really turned into like, oh, I have this list of ideas, which is awesome. But like I was getting frustrated where my mind was just defaulting in the morning to what to do versus let's just like get some creative ideas out, stream of consciousness. So I'm gonna try that today. I'm just gonna see what happens because I don't have really a time limit. It's just whenever my brain wants to stop. So I'm gonna enjoy my vanilla hot latte with my homemade oat milk. I'm gonna see what happens. So that was about 20 minutes, and I got like 2.5 pages. This first page, except for 2 items, was all about ideas for Project Wings today. And then I got the other stuff was just some random creative ideas. And I need to work on my office. It's just, I gotta work on my office at some point. That's not the point of this vacation. But I did want to write down a few ideas for how to organize my office. So I wrote some ideas down for what I can do and how I can move stuff around another day. I'm gonna grab a snack and then we're gonna get writing, and it is an unknown time of day, probably like 10 o'clock-ish. I'm gonna laugh if I'm like way off by that. I'll put the actual time on the video here so we can all possibly laugh at how incorrect I am about the time of day. And we're gonna write until the brain can't write anymore. Small update. Not that far in the future from when I started writing, I totally forgot that the other week was Juneteenth, and Juneteenth I had off from the day job. So I went to a cafe and worked all day, that rhymed, and got a lot of progress done on Project Wings, and it just completely escaped my mind that I did that because work has been so busy the past 2 weeks that I just completely erased that. So I am so much farther done with the manuscript than I thought. There's like 3 or 4 scenes I need to polish up and edit. And then I have the notes I took this morning, and then I have an Excel spreadsheet that is the roadmap and outline of the story that I have some highlighted cells where I'm like, I know I need to go back and edit this and add this. I am still gonna stick with my desire to not do any like line editing and stuff, but I would like to see, because I am farther than I thought I was, I would like to see if I can get a lot of these notes taken care of. And we're not line editing. I'm not going through and being like, oh, let me polish this dialogue up. I just want to get these notes taken care of to get it to a point where I'm like, cool, I could like turn this into my editor and be confident that she's not gonna come back and be like, what the fuck is this? Love you. Okay, so I'm gonna snack and get back to writing. That's it for the day. It's 5 p.m. I cannot stop yawning, and for the next 5 seconds, maybe Hermione will stop meowing at me for dinner. I have one scene left to write. And it's not actually a full write. There's just a chunk of the battle, like a couple of paragraphs I want to add into it. And then Project Wings manuscript is done with the line editing needing to be done. Today, my word count is 2,194 words. That is not counting all this stuff, the fact that I deleted some stuff and then rewrote it. But I wrote, what was it, 918 before lunch. So I wrote just like 1,100-ish after lunch. I think that's pretty good. I am very tired. I cried a little bit because there were 2 scenes in Act 3 that just really got me. Actually, there's more than 2 scenes in Act 3 that really got me. This one is, if you're looking for just a dragon romance with kissing and a happy ending, might I suggest calling a therapist and then buying my book, because like I can't just do happy-go-lucky stuff. Everybody has to have trauma. I'm going to do nothing the rest of the day. I got a book recently. I'm gonna read it, rest, maybe have a hot girl drink, and then I'm gonna be back at it tomorrow. So see you Saturday. Well, good almost afternoon. It's 11 a.m. and I'm just now here. Hi, hello, how are you guys? Whoops. So actually my day didn't actually just recently start. I got up at about 9:30. It's Saturday, so I get to sleep in and do what I want because it's my life. But also fireworks started last night and there was a storm and didn't sleep well, neither did Ben. And I'm the type of person, I don't let my animals sleep in bed with me. It's not because I'm evil, it's because of my allergies. They are terrible. And I developed new allergies, which was to pet dander a couple years ago. So I just was getting sick all the time. So that's why the pets don't sleep in bed with me anymore. But I made an exception, and I always make exceptions when there's fireworks or storms because Ben has really bad anxiety. Stop looking in my laundry room, please. And I just wanted to sleep, so I did, sort of, a little bit. And then it's nasty, it's horrible, it's disgusting out, and it's not gonna get better tonight, like I was hoping it would. So I decided I'm just gonna do the yard work this morning and get it done and over with while there's a slight breeze, and I hated it. I hated every second of it. So now it's 11 a.m. and I'm here. The front yard is mowed and weeded and cleaned up. I took a shower and it wasn't enough because I just, it will never be enough to wash the soils of manual labor off of me. So we're gonna get started today a little bit late, which is fine because now I don't have anything I had to do tonight because I don't celebrate this holiday. I don't really know anybody who does either. I have my iced coffee, as you saw, and my little like B-roll clip. This is just a caramel with oat milk. And so I'm gonna get started on my morning pages, and there's a couple of things I need to get done that aren't writing this weekend that I was like actually thinking about this morning when I got up, and then during yard work that I just randomly reminded me of a couple of things I needed to get done. I'm gonna do them all tomorrow, but I want to get them down as part of my morning pages, which I know is technically not supposed to be a to-do list, but it's my stream of consciousness and it does what it wants. I don't do what I want, it does what it wants. So I'm gonna have my coffee, I'm gonna do my morning pages, and you guys are gonna listen to some cute little music, okay? minutes. I didn't need all 20. a lot of this was to-do lists and stuff. And then I'm hungry, so then I started thinking about all this food I want to make. And then tomorrow's Sunday, and Sunday is a small admin day, and I don't want to lose that because it's something I've just recently started truly doing consistently, and I don't want to lose that just because I'm on vacation. So tomorrow I'm going to do my admin day from here. I have some notes about some scenes I wanted to write today. Oh, and then the last thing is I think I mentioned yesterday, let's see if I edited it out or not, a group of us are going to go see Stray Kids next year. And so we're planning and plotting that. There's just like a conversation I need to have, like, what's the expectation? I'm gonna make a snack plate and start writing. I think it's probably like a little bit after 11:30, probably 11:45 right now. The goal is finish Project Wings today, because I only have like, I think I have 1-2 scenes left. Done. Did I just finish the manuscript? Hold on. Wait, was that it? I'm finished. Shut up. No, I'm not. Okay. Project Wings is done? Question mark-ish? Version like 3, like major version like 3. It's 1:22 p.m. Oh my god, hold on, what? Hold on, let me check like my stats. 1,303 words. And it's done. Yeah, boy. Okay, so stat-wise, April 9th of 2025 is when I first began writing the story and I outlined draft 1. I wrote that until July 28th of last year. So April to May, May to June, June to July, 3.5 months that's how long it took me to get my first initial draft done. Sorry, I also just realized you could probably hear the ocean waves I have going in the back, so I muted them. Sorry if that was annoying to anybody. The first draft was 53,554 words. Draft 2 ended August through November. I worked on that. And then November through February, I didn't do any writing because I was working on the re-release for book 1 of The Psalms of Fire and Fury. There's a whole thing on that. I have a video planned to talk about that, why I rewrote my debut novel and then like re-released it. But like, so November to February, I did that. And then March to now, I did work on number 3, because draft 2 ended up being about like 73,000 words. We are now at 92,137 words, which is pretty much exactly the word count I want for this. I wanted between 90 to 95,000 words for book 1. Which is a small book for me. But this one, I wanted it to be a smaller book one. Yeah, holy moly, holy mackerel. Okay, happy 4th of July. Ew. I'm gonna take a hot girl break and GPG. It is 2:30-ish and I stopped writing at about 1:30. Took an hour break to get some laundry done, just kind of like de-brain and to start falling asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting there like just like doing a few things, cleaning up my computer, listen to a YouTube vlog I like, and I am exhausted. I'm just mentally exhausted. I really think part of it is I just haven't been sleeping well because of the heat, and it's just my body just knows it's disgusting out. And I also am one of those people that air conditioning does make me sick, and I am always exhausted and just perpetually fatigued in the summer. That plus spending this morning out in, it's 101 right now or 103. I can't remember. And that's about what it was when I was doing yard work for 30 to 45 minutes this morning. And so I think that just set me up. Also, I did the yard work before I ate and then immediately came inside, showered, drank a bunch of coffee, and then like 45 minutes to an hour later ate. So I just think I totally kind of made an oopsie with treating my body, so I will not be surprised if I fall asleep. But what I want to do is I just want to take a brain break. I'm really loving The Ballad of Falling Dragons, so I'm going to take some time to read some of this, drink some water, and just relax on the couch. Also, it is really bugging me that I'm still missing a bookshelf back here. I rearranged my living room. Let me show you. So this wall, if you remember from the past, used to be lined with bookshelves, and that fireplace facade wasn't there. So I moved everything around, and then I have the bookshelves there, and then they also go over there. And that helped clear up some room and change some things because I don't have a TV. I don't want a TV, but I do need one more bookshelf there, and there is a pile of books under there. So I just filming this made me realize that it is a lot more noticeable than I thought. And I'm gonna read and hang out for a little bit, and then I do want to do some like reading of Project Wings. I almost said the actual name of the book, even though I'm keeping it a secret for a little bit longer. I want to do some reading later, just on my iPad, or I have my laptop back here, and this laptop so I might just lay on the couch later on and do some not line editing, because I said I'm not doing it, but do some like grammar check and really make sure, sorry, Ben is just like, oh my god, there's people existing in the neighborhood. I'm gonna just really make sure I did get all my notes taken care of, and we'll go from there. And if it truly is done and just really needs line editing, then I'm gonna call it done for this vacation. And hi baby, and get started on writing more of book 3 of the main series, The Psalms of Fire and Fury, which would leave Sunday and Monday to get writing on that. So we will see what happens. right, happy Sunday. New location unlocked. It's literally just my kitchen table when I usually sit there. So yeah, didn't get a ton done yesterday after I said I was going to. Turns out when you are super EP, you can't do shit. So I had sat down and did a an hour-long break to do laundry and just vibe for a little bit. Went and was okay, I'm gonna sit down and read, kind of reset my brain and get back to writing. And I started to, and I even came up with an idea for a scene. I typed out the notes and my brain was this is it. So I made pasta and watched more Naruto, and then I fell asleep watching some documentaries about the Minoans, and the Mycenaeans and the Minoans and their history. I love it. I'm so obsessed with it. Actually, Calistema, which is this country that Carrick in Project Wings is from, is very much based on the ancient Mycenaeans right before the Bronze Age collapse. And their enemy, their state enemy, is very much based upon the Minoans. And obviously what we know, because obviously everybody knows we don't know that much about the Minoans because we have yet to figure out linear A, and we're able to decipher linear B. Just a little autistic hyperfixation there. I kept trying to take a nap. It wouldn't happen. So I was just really exhausted. So I was just I'm listening to my body and I'm doing nothing. And that was really, really great and awesome. And I feel so fucking refreshed finally, so good. And thankfully, the fireworks ended at about 11 p.m. last night, which was super dope, super awesome. The second those fireworks ended, my body went 3, 2, 1, shutdown protocol. Now we're here, we're more awake. Side note, my Huggies Read baby doll tee that I'm wearing, you can buy it in my shop, BTW. So today, as I mentioned, is kind of an admin day, taking care of a bunch of business. I'm getting some stuff done, and then I'm not actually gonna edit Project Wings at all. I was gonna go back and work on some stuff in it, and again, I wasn't gonna do line editing, but I realized my appointment for my hair and everything is earlier in the day than I thought on Tuesday, so Tuesday's kind of shot. So that means I have today, Sunday, and Monday, and I really need to get progress done on book 3 of the Psalms of Fire and Fury, so I'm gonna focus on that. I'm also in the kitchen today because I mentioned I was gonna work on my sourdough, and this is my sourdough baby. This is Dochi. So she's literally sitting next to me so I can watch her. I have the windows open, by the way. This shine is for once not sweat, it's moisturization. Feels like last night ended up being only 90, which was nice. And then today, there's a nice breeze. It's just really nice out. Ben might get some WALKs today. All that yip-yapping, full of energy to say, you know what the drill is, how we start our mornings. It's the morning pages. I have some info dumping I want to do for Project Wings because I learned a little bit more about the Minoans. There was actually, fun fact, I'm gonna nerd dump for a second, 1450? Oh, I hope I remember the date right. They were olive oil warehouses. They were set on fire and blown up, and there was a bunch of destruction and things that happened. That for so long we believed that there was a civil war because there was evidence that you could tell it was malicious, it wasn't an oopsie poopsie, because it happened all around about the same time throughout the entire island. And for a while we thought the Minoans were very much their own city-state, far away from the influence of the Greeks. Turns out once we started being able to decipher linear B, which is linear A and linear B is the two languages, we thought they had their own unique, complete, and totally different language. I'm going to link the documentary I watched, which was really fascinating. So anyway, fast forward, we decipher linear B and realize this wasn't a civil war. This was a Mycenaean takeover of the Minoans' land. And so that opened up a whole can of worms of re-understanding them as a people. We realized linear B was actually a more archaic form of Greek they were speaking, and that we still believe linear A is probably the Minoan language. And so just super fascinating. So that gave me some ideas where I was learning a little bit more about that and a little more details about how the Minoans and were viewed by the Mycenaeans, because the Minoans were they had their shit together. Their city-state shit was figured out. They were very rich. It was believed that women were actually not just equal to men, but above men with how their art depicted them. They were very ingenious, They were smart and industrial and creative and ahead of their time. That pissed the Mycenaeans off a lot. And so I learned a little bit more about that relationship and that dynamic towards the end, that I was like, I need to brain dump in my morning pages about that. We're gonna morning page autistic info dump for 20 minutes or until my brain says stop. Hi, hello, how are you? It's been like 5 minutes, maybe between 5 and 10. This info dump of what I'm going to change about the history of the history of the Mycenaeans and Minoans, of Callisthema and Doshkegi, which that island name, it was just a placeholder when I thought I was going to do something else. I think I'm going to change that name because that is actually TLDR. I've made up like 2 languages for this duology because of course I had to make up 2 languages, and that is like an ancient way to refer to an island state. But I think because of how far I've gotten since I came up with that idea, that ancient language is like not really spoken anymore. And like in Callisthema, it's not a Themian language. It's an empiric language, but Themians don't really speak it. So the more I've come to realize, like, they wouldn't refer to them by this old way of referring to island nation states. So that I'm gonna change it back to this other name I originally had before I went too far down that rabbit hole. And then I just like have my Sunday list of stuff I want to do. Several of it is like stuff that I might do, might not do. So yeah, so I'm gonna work on my admin. That's gonna be not interesting. And then we'll get into writing. In that time, since I started filming, look how much dough she's risen. She hath risen, it is Sunday. Cue a cutie little montage of me tippy-tapping. It is like 1 p.m. I got all the admin stuff done, laundry hung up. Well, my first round of laundry. Ben on a WAOK. The sourdough has started. I'm gonna eat and I can start writing Act 1, part of Act 1 of Book 3 of the Psalms of Fire and Fury. And before you ask, no, I don't have a title yet. I have like 5. I'm gonna write, I'm gonna eat leftover noodles, and then hopefully bake bread. Okay, bye. It is a little bit after 5 p.m. and I have written 1,462 words, and I was trying to write more, but several things happened. Number one, it took way too long for me to post an Instagram reel, TikTok reel, all that. It took like 30 minutes to post it. It was so annoying. My bread is doing great. Ben is doing great. The laundry's doing great. And then my computer kept like glitching and messing up. My internet went out just on my laptop for a while, which was really cute. And then I was trying to like scroll through my big planning spreadsheet to see what was next and what I needed to work on. And it just like wasn't working on this spreadsheet or on this laptop. And Campfire, which is my writing software, was also just not working well and wasn't functioning well. So I'm done. I did reread a lot of stuff. I am gonna read some more on the couch just to refamiliarize myself and start taking notes. But I'm just too irritated with how my technology is behaving right now that I'm just gonna get my iPad out and just like read through it and make some manual notes. Cause like I said, it was, oy vey. So for 1,462 words, when I did half of today was like admin and other house stuff. I'm not calling it a fail, I'm calling it an okay, and I'm very annoyed. So tomorrow I'm definitely gonna be working from my desk, but I did need to be in the kitchen to watch the sourdough and stuff because the fermentation's been weird today. And also just needed to like not be at my desk for a little bit, so yeah. Hi, hello, happy Monday. I am head empty. So this is gonna be an interesting day. Today's technically the second to last day of vacation, but probably the last day that I'm actually gonna really get to do writing because Tuesday afternoon is the self-care day. I've been going on and on about it every day because I'm so excited for my facial and to get my hair done. And then I have a few other like self-care girly stuff the night before, and then I have to reset for the week. So tomorrow might be just like a short and sweet, like author admin, what are my stats looking like kind of thing. Speaking of stats, I beat myself up a little bit last night because, as you probably noticed, the word count per day hasn't been great. It's been like 1,400, 1,500 words a day. And for being completely off work, having no distractions but like laundry and then Benjamin wanting in and out of the house, 1,500 words isn't that many. I decided to beat myself up last night about that because I was looking at my stats and my chart in Campfire, and there were several days where I've written like 3,000 to 5,000 words a day, which like go me T. And that was during times where I was working and like I just like wrote some on my lunch period and wrote after work or whatever, or maybe it was just a random Saturday or something. And their inspiration really hit, and I was like really like dogging on myself But I did some self-reflection after that last night of like being disappointed in my word count, and just like really kind of thinking about like where I'm at mentally right now and where I'm at physically and where I was right before vacation. So like, I don't know if I said this. Part of the reason, a huge part of the reason why I needed to take, was it July 3rd through 7th off, was because I have been so mentally exhausted from work and so just tired that I was like, I'm at my edge. I think like when I do this again, which is in December, because I always take the last 2 weeks of the year off for Yule and a winter reset. That weekend, I'm gonna not write. I'm just gonna rest and reset, which is what I should have done on Friday. I should have taken a cue from my body that was there of, we've been going, we're at our end, you need a day off to rest before you go, okay, I have days off now, let me be an author again, kind of thing. Which is why I know Saturday, the second I hit my goal of Project Wings was done, like the version I needed done was done. I firmly believe that's why the second I noticed that, my body just was like, and by the way, we are so tired, we're at our end, you're getting nothing else done today. Had I done what I should have done, I think it would have been different. So yes, I'm a little disappointed in myself for not noticing that, and for my word counts being bad because of my exhaustion, and for me not treating my body the way it deserved to be. But the body knows, and it, you know, what's that saying? The body keeps the score, which is like totally related to something else actually. And my body said, you know what, we're gonna get the rest one way or another, and I'm feeling great and feeling good. So that's just kind of like a life update and an update of mentally where I've been at. I'm gonna finish my coffee, start the morning pages. Really curious how today's gonna go because head is super empty. Coffee, I just did a little espresso with a splash of milk. Morning pages, and it's 9:30. Okay, morning pages time. Bye. Hi, hello. I got this done and I'm over it. Ben decided to be psychotic and crazy outside. And I guess there was a rabbit or a fly. I heard his lead like snap against something. So he was on a tear about something, and I had to go untangle him and calm him down, and because he got tangled around a bunch of stuff, and just like my brain completely like, we're done. We're done. I knew I wasn't gonna get that much, but like him doing that just completely reset my brain. So I'm just gonna start writing now and call it a day. Not every single day I'm gonna get 3 pages. It is what it is. So yeah, we're gonna write now. I can't see through you. No. Sourdough is done. It is 12:30, which is break time for a minute. I want to see what my word count is. So I wrote for about 2.5 hours. Time includes the couple of times I had to go let Ben out or like mess with the sourdough and stuff. Okay, 685 words. That's not too bad because I just reread several scenes, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 scenes. All of them I was like working on and adding more to it. I was also checking out the plot timeline and just double checking a few things and like refamiliarizing myself with the story. So 685, not too bad. I'm gonna eat my granola. We're gonna keep going. $1,622 words, and it's 4:42 p.m. And anybody who has bangs, especially ones like me who are growing them out for a haircut, understand this clip situation. I need to eat. Hermione needs to eat. Ben, I don't even know where he is. Where is my son? So I'm gonna take a break, and then we're gonna get back at it because I'm on a roll. But I do need to blink a few more times because I've not been blinking, and it's starting to hurt, and then we're gonna continue on the roll. 2,299 words. I might just go type one more word to get it to an even 2,300. It's 8 p.m. I wrote some more, obviously, and I took a shower because part of my break to like eat and stuff, I suddenly was like, let me just like redo my entire setup, and it looks so much better because like all the cords under here were driving me nuts, as was my tower being down there. And then Ben, oh, he's not back there anymore. I moved his bed into the closet so he has a cozy little corner. And then because cord management is a bitch, I went and showered because I was covered in sweat. And there's just dust everywhere because I cleaned the tower. I am going to go read, I think, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna go, it's 8 p.m. Brain's gotta start shutting down. So tomorrow's last day of vacation. Sad. So tomorrow I'll see what I can do in the morning before the day takes over and before it's spa day with the facial and the haircut and all the other stuff. So I look really fabulous right now in this terrible lighting. But okay, cue end of day montage if I do one. If not, cue beginning of day montage for the last day of vacation. Bye. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Ben says hello as well. Look at the little tail. It's 8 a.m. Actually, it's a little bit past 8 a.m. Why are you up at 8 a.m. on your vacation, Chris? Because it's the last day. If I don't get up at 8 a.m. now, after sleeping until 9 a.m. the past few days, my body's gonna be too confused and grumpy tomorrow. I had so many like pillow wrinkles on the side of my face. And you can tell like my eyes are like still a little shut because I slept so good. I had some weird dreams. Like I woke up a couple times in the middle of the night, which is standard for me. I woke up confused several times by what the hell was happening in my dreams. And I knew like in the middle of the night, I like cozied up. I was like, that means I'm getting real good sleep. Because when my dreams make absolutely no sense and confuse the hell out of me and are just like ADHD on speed and like other things, when my dreams are like that, I know like, ooh, I hit that good zone. As insufferably mentioned, today is like the self-care day. I do need to run before my appointment to Ulta or Sephora. I can't remember which. And I do need to do a big restock of all my lip balms around the house and in my purse and in my car and in the 50 places I have. And then I do have to run to the library because my books are a week overdue. Not because I was still reading them, but because I just kept forgetting. I'm gonna do, I put too much syrup in that. Oh, it's too caramelly. It's morning pages, yada, yada, yada. We're gonna see what this tired brain comes up with and see how much I wake up by. Also, I need to fix this coffee. Yeah, I didn't record any of that because also, anyway, it's like threatening you. I unintentionally like started getting back into regular work mode this morning. I think my brain is just like, yeah, like we gotta like prep for getting back to work tomorrow. And so I have to like reset and be like, no, we still have like one more day. Wow, this avocado's a mess, just like me. So I'm gonna eat an avocado sandwich and then get back to hopefully writing some more before I have to leave. It's only 9:30, so I actually can get a lot done before I have to leave at like 1:30. I can't remember. Anyway. And that wraps up the writing part of this vacation. 1,557 words later, I am theoretically done unless I can get some more done tonight. Day 1 of vacation, July 3rd, 2,194 words. July 4th, 1,467 words. 5th, 1,462 words. The 6th, 2,299 words. That number ticks me off. Today, 1,557 words. All of that added up equals, calculations, 8,979 words. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad, especially considering like most of Saturday, I was too exhausted to do anything. And also, I did a ton of plotting and planning behind the scenes, like messed with my outlines and stuff and moved things around and did a lot of just like re-reviewing and refamiliarizing myself with my projects because I haven't been able to write in weeks because of work. So I'm calling this a total win. I would love to try to write some more tonight because, spoiler alert, for book 3 of The Songs of Fire and Fury, I am writing about pirates. There are pirates. So I would love to continue writing about pirates tonight. I'm probably mentally too tired to do any of that. So I'm going to probably assume I'm going to write nothing else. So we're calling it 8,979 words. And now we're going to cue the montage of me going from this messed up overgrown hair that I've been growing out really ugly and dumb and silly to whatever, hopefully, God, I hope it's cute, haircut I have gotten, which I have not said what it is because I'm worried I'm going to tell my stylist and she's going to go, that's going to look terrible. We're not doing that. And then we go a completely different route. So cue the cute little like afternoon in town montage. 3, 2, 1, montage.